Welcome back to the podcast, guys. With us, we got the usual suspect, MrDrDank.
Always.
He's pointing at Jesus because he's very in the Christmas spirit.
I don't think Jesus is in my basement. I'd be impressed if he was. Not a good place to hide.
From what I'm told by some people, Jesus is everywhere. He's always watching.
I'm still behind.
And then next we got Captain the Klooch over with the straw hat. Howdy, partner.
Howdy, boy.
And we got a special guest, and I think I should have Dank introduce the special guest.
Oh, my dear closest friend, the mustiest of beavers.
Looking like Gary Oldman, the actor.
Quit putting shit in people's heads.
You can smell both of us from a block away, but for very different reasons.
Exactly.
He has a slight smell of faint urine and pneumonia.
Just so everybody knows, not actually musty.
Yeah.
Love it.
Just in case somebody's listening in, you know.
Potential suitor,
Well,
you know.
my girlfriend knows that I'm not musty, so
I think that's all that matters.
it is. Yay.
All right, cool. So it's the holiday edition. We're only a few days out from Christmas. Everybody in the spirit.
We all look very much in the spirit.
It's notorious.
You're the only one that's actually wearing something to do with Christmas right now.
That's very true. I mean, the Dank got some greens in his hat. That's just like, you know, it's like Christmas tree.
I rolled my Christmas trees up and then lit them on fire.
There you
Does
go.
that count?
That works. As long as it's not a fire hazard indoors, you're good.
I'm outdoors.
So what's your favorite thing about the holiday season, and what's like the most hated thing?
Oh man!
Whoa, it's like I'm tripping on Klooch's lights. I'm getting seizures.
Holy shit.
Realistically, for me, I haven't really celebrated Christmas in like years, so it's like mostly negatives.
It's not the same when my family's all the way across country.
Right. But I mean, it's
so what's like your favorite thing about Christmas?
Honestly, just since I'm away from it, probably I'd have to say, you know, just talking to family, like seeing how they are and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that Christmas is my dad's birthday, so it works out.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Klooch got way
what about like
before he got on.
To be fair, he did just get home from work.
I can see it.
Is that his work attire?
Yeah, I haven't even taken off my shoes yet.
That's commitment. Love it.
Yes, it is. Yes. Wait, what about you, Dank and Klooch? What's your favorite thing about Christmas?
My favorite thing about Christmas when we lived in Texas, because our grandma was living with us, is she used to make an overabundance of Christmas cookies of like every kind that you could fucking imagine.
Bro.
So we'd be able to walk downstairs at any given time for literally starting probably from Halloween all the way through until like the second week of January. You would just walk downstairs and there'd literally be anywhere from 5 to probably 15 boxes of just different kinds of cookies. Like, shit, do I want oatmeal raisins?
Store-bought cookies,
do I
or
want
did she make
sugar
them?
cookies? Do I want... Well, she's much older now and lives in Florida. Yeah, she would make them all.
Oh,
She'd sit there and literally for like a week straight just bake all kinds of different cookies and be like, oh, do you want fucking lemon bars? Do you want these brookies? Do you want... She made these really cool little like peach cobbler cookies. My favorite, where she would literally make handmade little tiny like cinnamon spice mushroom cookies that she would dip in frosting and put like poppy seeds and shit on. but it was like a 12-hour process because she had to bake each individual piece and then like glue them together and fucking decorate them. So she would only make them once every like 3 or 4 years, but those were my favorite.
Did she ever make any moon brownies, space cakes?
No, our family wasn't super big on those. She would make. She was like super Italian though, so she would make big old cannolis.
Jealous of that.
Yeah. See, my thing about Christmas is that I just love the weather, man. Like just like being cold, wearing sweaters, and just chilling, like drinking a hot coffee or like a hot cocoa when you're outside. And yeah.
That's
But I'm not really like a big Christmas like. What's that?
that's like one of my negatives. The cold.
Yeah, I don't like cold weather. My people are not built for it.
No.
So that's no.
My negative is the fucking Christmas songs. I hear that motherfucker
Oh
everywhere,
my
and it just like
God.
pissed me the fuck off. It's like 5,000
Yes.
renditions of Last Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, bro, I'm tired.
I
of
think
hearing
the
this fucking
one
music.
song that probably annoys me by far the most is the one where the girl is singing about how she wants a hippopotamus for Christmas, just because I hate the like
What the?
particular drone in her voice. It's like very shrill and
There's
nasally.
a song
I don't
about
like.
a girl
Yes.
wanting a hippo for
Yes.
Christmas.
Yes.
I'm
Look up-
glad I missed out on that song.
Look up. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Don't.
That is a
Oh,
homework
I-
assignment for you in
Nope,
between now
save
and next
save
week.
yourself.
Do
Do
it.
not do it. No.
Is that something you've heard before?
Oh, it's horrendous,
Beaver, or is
dude.
this something?
Yeah, I've heard it. I tone all
It's
that out.
It's fucking terrible.
All
I hate
of
it.
Every bit of it.
Man, I
can't imagine the
I
amount of money
guess-
they've made on that on royalties though, because it plays hundreds of times every single year.
But who would want to write about a hippopotamus? Like, they're one of the meanest animals ever.
I mean,
Says a lot about the girl.
the little girl doesn't know.
Small
how
children don't think about that.
the hippopotamus is. Yeah,
That's true.
Shit, they got.
So another thing I hate about Christmas is fucking carolers.
I never deal with this.
Like,
I've
who the
never
fuck
seen
thought
it.
of an idea about I'm gonna go sing in front of a neighbor's hood, like
Just wander around
neighborhood,
singing
like,
at
just
people's
singing
houses.
Christmas
Yeah.
songs. Like you would
Not
think they
even
would be
to
like,
them,
you know,
it's
just
at them.
yeah. And it's like, who thought that was a good idea?
You just gave me the best idea because Mr. Dr. Dank knows like.
If you
hits
sing in
to,
front
like,
of my house,
absolutely every.
I will throw shit at you.
So we'll no. We'll just carol in the middle of April, and I'll just have him sing Blink 182 songs on a random doorstep.
Oh, done. Done. Don't tempt me
There
with a
you
good
go.
time.
They got it.
Just show up at somebody's random ass house singing on their porch like, work sucks. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, you'll make a lot of money, especially in LA over there. Yeah.
Oh, no, I think I'd get assaulted real quick.
Like, yeah, I agree.
Real fast. They'd be like, get the fuck out of my house. Sorry, door was open.
Either that or just do the ass opposite songs that belong in that holiday. I don't even know any Thanksgiving songs, but just sing a Thanksgiving song on like the 4th of July.
Do those even exist?
I don't think so.
Is there such
Thanksgiving
thing as a
songs?
Thanksgiving song? I know Adam
I don't-
Sandler made the Hanukkah songs, and those were fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I think we should look that up. I don't know about any Thanksgiving songs.
But
Yeah,
that would require
I don't know if that's a
Exit.
thing.
Huh. That would require acid. Yeah, I mean,
that too.
I didn't
Hell of
know
a
the
drug.
two correlated.
yeah, I mean, a lot of famous music the composers are always on acid making songs. Right? Cocaine was big in the 80s.
Yeah. A little out of my budget, but yes.
A little
Uh,
expensive.
but yeah, man, you guys get all your Christmas shopping done?
What Christmas shopping?
You mean my Amazon ordering?
He was like, nah. I mean, it's like another couple of days. hopefully you get it there one time.
Yeah, payday's tomorrow, so I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Terrible day to do it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll work out. He'll just wait in line forever. And probably only find two of the 6 things he wanted.
So, Klootch, do you live more in like a rural area, or is it like a city?
Yeah, I would say I live in like a more rural area, but like
Small town?
5-10 minutes away, it'll get popular again. So
Okay, so like, does the shopping season like really impact like traffic and everything, or is it get pretty crazy? Or?
Where we live, there's not much traffic to begin with, but the Walmarts are for sure packed. Because like 5-10 minutes of us, there's no Walmart, so they're all coming down.
Oh, okay. So yeah, popular Walmart. I'm sure LA is pretty packed though right now. All the holiday shoppers and everything.
God.
Streets pretty impacted.
Not the streets per se, but if you go anywhere near the malls or like a Target or a Walmart, yeah, it's a shit show.
How big are the? I mean, I don't think I've been to a mall recently in LA. Are they pretty like sizable?
I mean, most of them are.
There's a couple big ones, but they're a lot smaller than what I guess I'm typically used to from like an outlet mall or the big shopping malls from South Texas. So they're not like that, but there are a couple like decent sized malls.
Yeah,
because we have
the Burbank Center over by me, and it's a lot of like it's all open air, but it's a mall-esque type thing. It's really packed right now because that's where my work is too. So it's like
I don't even want to go over to the Northridge Mall, honestly.
Yeah, it's like half the time I'm moving in and out. It's literally just like I'm playing traffic jam every time.
Yeah, and then are you guys making milk and cookies for Santa this year?
Oh, of course. Imaginary ones.
Nope. I've been living in this apartment for 6 years. I don't even know that the oven actually works. I've never turned it on.
Did you even catch that second part?
No bullshit.
I definitely said they'd be imaginary cookies. And no, he's not bullshit either.
Wait, you said... Wait, didn't you say you were like raised religious, right? Is that...
Who?
Or is that you?
Yeah, my family was like super duper religious.
So like,
yeah.
At what age did you realize that Santa was not true?
Oh, real young. Just because I woke up, like I was a pretty light sleeper as a kid, and my father is not a small man in his stature, so him walking around anywhere is not a stealthy process. So I woke up and heard that and was like, oh, look, I can see you putting Christmas presents under the tree. Okay, so you do that. Cool.
So he wasn't dressed in like a red robe or anything?
Oh, no, not at all. They were like, he's asleep. That'll be fine.
What about you, Klootch?
Honestly don't remember about how I found out Santa wasn't real.
I still believe in Santa Claus right now.
Yeah, you're breaking some tough news for me. I wasn't ready to hear this.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
This Christmas isn't going to be the same now. I had a whole letter written for him. I was going to wait all night and play a little song for him when he came in.
Now I feel like an asshole.
Have you been practicing your sousaphone for it? I
got it out of the closet just for this.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
And you know what? The way that he delivered it, I almost believed him. Like, you know, he thought Santa still existed.
The whole monotone stuffing his face full of snow.
I was gonna play him good King Wenceslas and mess up every other note.
What about you, Mister?
Been wrong.
Well, some other man in my house. What about you, Beaver?
Yeah.
I want to guess like 10 years old.
I'm gonna guess probably the same because I don't know. Like I absolutely don't know because that was never really a big thing for me. Like because I pretty much always knew that my family was getting these gifts. Because I don't think my parents were very good at hiding their financial issues. So it just kind of made it obvious at one point, and we're just like, all right, well, you know,
Yeah.
Santa, woo. Never really big into that, but
Yeah.
it happens. What about you, big dog?
Shit, man. Like there's no Santa Claus in Vietnam.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say,
growing up,
are the Vietnamese big on Santa?
yeah,
I don't feel like that. Seems more like an American thing.
Nah, and if we hear like a rustling in the chimney or like the windows, we know it's probably a break-in.
Yeah.
So it's
Sure.
it's not nothing. So it wasn't very it wasn't a thing in Vietnam,
a very
for sure.
Christmassy thing. Yeah.
I didn't even. Right, yeah, and I didn't even know that like you get gifts on Christmas until like I came here, and it was like, oh shit, you're supposed to have like presents every year. So I think
like,
by the
hey,
time I was
I
like
could be into that.
5 or 6, I was like, hey, USA,
Sign me up,
USA.
Sign me up.
Oh shit,
That's amazing.
but yeah. So yeah, that's my Santa Claus story. But I mean, is there any like crazy holiday stories that you guys got?
So probably my
Like
single
shitty ones, good ones.
the one that sticks out to me as like really like definitely wasn't funny I still thought it was funny at the time. My dad didn't. But we were on the way to our family's gathering at my uncle's big ranch.
Yeah.
And we were all piled in the family car and we were driving there. And I don't know why my dad was in such a hurry. Like, we were still the first ones that got there. But as we were driving, like, leaving our neighborhood and taking the back road to get to the freeway, my dad got pulled over and got a ticket for speeding. Like, I think it was probably December, like, 23rd that year. So we're on the way to the family's, like, Christmas Eve party, and he gets pulled over and gets a ticket. So then he's, like, really pissed off the entire rest of the drive until we get there.
And he was still the first.
Bro, and you know what? I have this.
Yeah, and we were still the first ones that got there.
Oh, God, yeah, that's so much worse.
And I thought it was fucking hilarious. I kept my mouth shut. Not a good time.
No, to piggyback off of that too is that like I got a ticket on Christmas Day going to my parents for Christmas, and you know what sucks is like my parents are very like punctual people, like they get really angry if I'm late.
If you're late, yeah.
So like yeah. So I'm driving there for really speeding, and then I didn't even get a speeding ticket. That's what pissed me off. He pulled me over for fucking tailgating. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, who gets a ticket for tailgating?
You're serious.
I've never heard of this shit in my life. On fucking December 25th, fucking Christmas Day. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, officer, it's Christmas. Like, how am I tailgating? Well, he was like, well, you were crawling too close to this car in front of you. I was like, he turned it in front of me. He's like, I'm not trying to argue with you. And you know what fucking sucks? Is like, when I signed my signature, he was like, this is not your signature. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? The on your license, it's a different signature. I was like, are you not allowed to change your signatures over time? Like,
right.
This is my old signature. He was like, you need to sign it exactly as is on your license. I was like, you can go fucking suck a dick, man, you freaking...
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, I know, I was so mad, dude. Even like recalling that story just pissed me the fuck off.
That's ridiculous.
Right. And you know what's funny? I tried to challenge the ticket. I was hoping that he wouldn't show up to court. That fucker showed up to court!
Yes!
So I didn't even get out of the ticket.
Of course he did. Wow.
Oh, I was like, all right, whatever, dude.
That's insane.
That's amazing.
What about you, Klooch? Any stories?
Not that I can remember. I mean, I do vaguely remember the ticket one. Because that one was pretty funny. I just remember us like passing a bunch of cars, and I was like, "Oh man, we do this in Need for Speed all the time." And then I fucking seen the cop lights, and I was like, "Oh, we don't do that one as much."
Yeah, that one's badness.
That one's no.
Oh man.
And it was funny too. The detail I forgot about that particular story was, like I said, my dad's massive. He's like 6'7", really big dude. Mm-hmm. So the officer asked him to get out of the car, and the officer's about my height. I'm 5'11 and a half, for reference. So the officer's probably like 5'9", 5'10", and he asked him to get out the car. And so my dad like hops out and is kind of like, "What can I do for you?" And the guy's like, "Can you actually stand over there just a little bit downhill, actually?" So he made my dad walk to the other side of the car and stand like halfway down in the ditch next to the side of the road so that he wasn't like towering above him. Dude,
so he could be like eye level with him.
Yes, bro, this shit was hilarious.
Oh, it was like...
That's amazing.
He's like, actually, you stand over there.
Man. Fucking Popo. Well, what about you, Beaver? Any tales to regale?
I mean, I guess I could tell the lovely Christmas that I decided to tell my cousin that I was talking to his ex-girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Please, do tell. Elaborate.
Well, so my cousin had come over to my apartment at the time, and I was 18. I was kind of a douche, but
so nothing's changed.
Well, he came. Yeah, exactly. No, he came over with his girlfriend at the time, and they were fine, and we ended up being friends on Facebook, like through just hanging out and all of us partying and stuff like that. And then like 2 weeks later, I get like a message from her on Facebook about like how she wanted to hang out or whatever. And I was like, that's kind of weird, but sure. And she ended up coming out and we ended up hooking up. Like a week later was Christmas, and I was like, man, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to feel bad, like super bad about like doing that. And then like not telling him. So I made the conscious decision to tell him on fucking Christmas. And oh wow, let me tell you, my aunt does my aunt does not like me to this day. Like, and this was when I was like 18. I'm 32. Like,
yeah.
My cousin, I mean, since then, me and him have talked it out, and like, it's not really a big deal. Like, he doesn't really care that much, but she held like a massive grudge against it and hasn't been the same since. But he made a big scene at my grandparents' house and like ended up leaving, and I ended up standing in front of my family like, I'm a jackass.
Wait, do you have a big family, or is it like just you and your aunts?
So yeah, it's pretty big. Like, I mean, I have 4 siblings of my own, and then my dad has 3 siblings. So I mean, I have 3 aunts and uncles in total from my dad's side alone. Okay. My mom's side is massive, and it's like a German family and shit. Like my great grandma's last name was Baumgartner.
So was it like a? Oh, hey. He's good at guarding the bums.
Yeah, that's a common joke.
Nice and firm.
It's the bum gardeners, yes. He's guarding the booty holes from unwanted penetrations.
Is it just me, or does it look
or
like
wanted,
just asleep?
depending on the day of the week.
Clutch, you awake over there, buddy?
Nah, dude,
He got back from
passing
work.
out.
He's enjoying this front row seat.
Wait, he's oh, you're not old enough to drink yet, huh?
No,
not yet.
I'm still a baby.
Man,
he's only a couple years older
Wee
than my
little
nephew.
lad. He's just massive.
Hey, looking at him, I would think he was like in his maybe early 30s.
He's my big little brother.
30s.
Bro, I'm not even in my 30s.
That's a little wild. 30.
I'm not even in my 30s. And I'm the older brother.
Yeah.
No, the job has jaded him.
Well,
It's
I'm
the,
just having a look over in that left corner, and it
big
just
old
looked
beard.
like Clutch was nodding off over here, and I'm just like, damn, are we really not that
We
interested?
got ourselves a nodder.
That's a nodder.
So who's a he's a nodder. Who's a sponsor this week, Mr. Klootch?
Ooh.
Pop-Tarts.
Hey, there it is again.
Still got the cookies and cream, of course you do.
No cheese balls this time, huh?
I mean, I'm gonna
but I did have cheesy Chex Mix when we started.
I got a better one.
What's that?
Dr. Squatch.
Your screen is black to me.
Only one soap.
Oh no! See, I'm a Duke and Cannon big ass brick of soap kind of guy.
Oh, there he is.
Oh wait,
Did he just hold him a bottle of like lubrication? There we go. We can see it now.
Lavender scented lotion.
So if you don't
works wonders.
If you don't like this one, there's also the Ruthless Rinse.
Oh. And what is that? Is that Darth Maul?
Yeah, yeah. They're Star Wars references.
I know nothing about Star Wars.
Oh God.
Sure.
No, I don't.
He's a Star Trek person.
But speaking of snacks, though, like if I am, hey, look at that, great memory.
That's unfortunate because you're wearing a red shirt, and you know what happens to the red shirts.
Oh, yeah. And it's Biggie too, so I'm gonna get shot tonight.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure I would.
that's a double negative.
It's
You're
done.
red shirt
Done
and
deal.
Biggie, you're out of here. Yeah.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Done.
Next episode, breaking news.
Because the beaver's coming out. So, how did you come up with the name Musty Beaver again? You can enlighten our audience.
That was my douchebag young years, honestly. I was 18 on my PS3, and I was like creating an account because I had just switched to PlayStation. And originally, so it's Musty Beaver 55 now, but it started out as Musty Beaver 69, which made it even better. But I lost access to that account.
You should have kept that.
That's commitment.
Well, see, that's the thing. I technically do still have it. It's not been used since my stuff. So, like, you can see Musty Beaver. There's like another Musty Beaver 69, but it's a Musty Beaver 69. And I'm just like, all right.
Okay.
But at the time, I'm pretty sure I was the only one that had that gamer tag, like, ever. Because to the date, if you look up Musty Beaver, I think there's only 6 accounts. So it's not a lot, and I'm pretty stoked about that. But yeah, it was just me sitting in my living room in my first apartment, just being like, yeah, this is really funny. I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, we were just, me and my buddy at the time, we were just listing out just a bunch of really ridiculous fucking names for it, and we came on came up to Musty Beaver, and I was just like, nah, I can't do that. Like, I gotta do Musty Beaver.
Okay, I got it.
Done.
People are gonna go for that, and ever since then, like I every game that I play, I get some type of attention. It's Musty Beaver. oh man, Musty Beaver.
I mean, it is quite unique.
My 9-year-old nephew said my gamer tag today, and it was just absolutely hilarious because he couldn't pronounce beaver. So he said the.
So what did he say?
Musty Berver.
The Musty Berver.
That's even funnier.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, and honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you,
how's it going?
If we ever get like a trios and I can get a hold of my 9-year-old nephew to get on and play, it's not like my other nephew, at the Ghost Warrior,
the pterodactyl kid.
Yeah, because you had Orpheus. You've played with my nephew Donovan. He was kind of loud and stuff.
I think I have, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I would describe him as the tighty whitey warrior. Yeah.
But
the pterodactyl.
Well,
yo, dead ass. That's the only thing that could produce that kind of screeching sound.
My nephew, his gamer tag is Daddy, but it's spelled really weird. His explanation for this, I kid you not, this is a 9-year-old. His explanation for his gamer tag is because he's gonna beat your ass like your daddy. This is my 9-year-old nephew. Like, I'm just like, all right, all right. Like he talks a lot of shit.
See.
But it's all pretty logical. Like, this is really funny. Like, he really did bring up. Like, he brought up how he wanted to learn how to speak Russian because he was sitting there playing the Black Ops 3 or whatever, where there was a lot of Russian. And he's like, "Well, I don't know if it would be good to learn Russian though, because Russia's economies end up pretty bad because Ukraine's kicking their butts right now." And I'm just like, I'm thinking to myself, like, why is my nephew talking about the Russia-Ukraine war right now?
He is very educated.
Oh, he is. He's a smart kid. He is definitely a smart kid. He made sure to say that he was smart as well. That was definitely his response.
Yeah, just make sure he's on our side, the USA side.
He's a trip, man. He's a trip.
Wait, I forget. Like, how did you come Klooch again? Is that
what? Oh, how I got my name? So
somebody smack him. See if he's still alive.
So, if you ever played Crash Bandicoot, there's a character named Captain Von Clutch.
Yep.
And then there was a meme. It was just a picture of the Iron Giant, but just said the Iron Klooch. So I combined Captain Von Clutch and the Iron Klooch, and just got Captain Klooch.
See, like, to me, the word Klooch almost resembles something that sounds terrible.
Oh, like that is every game I get into. They're like, Captain Cooch.
Exactly. So it's like it resembles something that shouldn't be appropriate, but it is.
Yeah, he's Captain Coochie.
Captain Cooch.
Why it's really funny.
Skating that thin line like he does.
Yeah, I like thin lines. Giggity.
I love how you guys just have your actual name, like your actual gamer tags as your names, and I'm just over here, John, aka
John, aka It's not like we don't know who he is.
It's not for me.
It's like, oh, it's John. Okay, got
it. Okay, that guy. Yeah, I think I know him.
Now, yeah.
It's okay
because we have a lot of guest stars on here, so we
Every time Streeper decides that he wants to call you by your first name, I think that he's saying Corey every time. Because Coy.
That's true, yeah, because Coy and Corey is really next to each other.
Well, and it's even worse over a microphone. Like, it's so bad.
Yeah, see, that's why we use our tactical names, Orpheus and MrDrDank. There's no confusion there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
100%. understand that.
So now that we got you on the podcast, what's your favorite and most hated thing about COD?
Specifically, the new one.
Yeah, because we've already voiced our opinions on it.
Honestly, I feel like it's pretty consistent, and I think that it is a better game than the previous, but it has it's definitely got its quirks, like coming around a corner, and especially one that I literally just checked, and then just instantly as you go through a doorway getting lasered. That just seems a little off to me. I don't really like the fact that it's very obvious that we came into Modern Warfare 2 with cheats. Like it absolutely happened immediately. There was no grace period where nobody had cheats and where it was solidly fair. Like it immediately started with having like an absolutely full of fucking cheating people.
Yeah.
I mean, half of that is probably just my lack of skill in COD, but there's a line. There's a line for sure.
Yeah.
Outside of that, since they did the update, because I'm doing my version of it a little bit later, I'd say the voice chat is definitely, it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because I've never had a COD game have so many, communication issues in multiplayer.
Yeah.
And in
So,
not
they
like
really need to fix that ASAP.
Warzone because there's only been 2 of them, but it's kind of weird. I know that they're gonna wait for like Rebirth because there for a while there was some speculation that Rebirth Island would be brought back in the mid-season update, which is very clearly not there. Nor was it actually.
No, it's not supposed to come back till spring.
But
so I have a question for like you three then. Like, do you feel like? Sorry, go ahead.
You're good.
Yeah. So, do you feel like that new faster time to kill is that a positive or a negative?
I don't love it, honestly. I feel like the time to kill was honestly really short already. And so the fact that even if you have 3 armor plates, which you can't get standard, you have to find a vest to get that extra 3rd plate, which is already kind of like, what the fuck?
Difficult.
But
then
so
that is kind of
on top of that, like, even if you have all 3 armor plates in full health, you can get melted down in less than 2 seconds. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, it barely gives you any time to react. And if you're not already in a doorway or a window or something when people start shooting at you, you don't have time to turn around and run away. Like, those animations take too long, so you die.
Right. And is it me or it seemed like plates are like a lot more scarce this time around Warzone 2 versus Warzone 1?
Oh, absolutely.
Like you can carry a lot more with the satchel, and now you only get 3.
Yeah, that is a clear disadvantage, but it also I feel like that is meant to deter people camping a little bit, just because you can't just sit there and stack up on a 2 sets of full armor and then get your chance to pick somebody that's on the receiving end there. But I think honestly my biggest thing, and actually Dank made me realize it, is 100% the windows. Not being able to get through the motherfucking windows because they're framed too small.
Yeah.
So getting caught on the windows and like just the overall animation and how inconsistent it is on whether or not you can
to try and get through there. Yes, dude.
That is an extremely frustrating trait in that game. Like, extremely frustrating.
Yeah. See, one of my things that I kind of wish they changed, and is that in the past Warzone 1 they have like the orange weapons, the purple weapons, the gray weapons, green.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Like
different
that's
rarities
you
you
look
could
at it,
instantly tell,
yeah.
and that gun shit.
Is
Walk
it look
away.
at, and now I have to look at the screen. Okay, how many fucking attachments does this fucking gun
Yes.
have? And that shit annoys the shit out of me because it takes longer for me to look through the weapons.
The only
So-
difference that I've noticed is if you look at the weapon and it's got white letters on it, that's a ground loot weapon or something that they found in a box. If you look at the weapon and you pick it up and it's got like gray lettering on it, that's a custom character's gun. That's literally the only difference that I've noticed
next time we play.
But yeah, like you said, you have to physically look at, okay, my gun has 2 attachments, that one's got 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 ah, fuck.
Got it. Yeah. Alright, cool. So, I was looking at like some cool topics that we can talk about, like some funny shit to wrap it up.
What you got?
So the first one is that the person who's I'm gonna pick out, they can't rate themselves. The other 3 has to rate them. All right. So let's start with Dank. So you can't answer for yourself. Only Klootch and Beaver and myself can.
Got it.
All right. How long do we think Dank can last in the zombie apocalypse?
Popularity to contrary belief, he's got some brains up there.
Oh, he does.
I feel like he could put it together. 2 months.
You're not just saying this because you're his brother, right?
No. That's why I didn't say like a year.
A year.
I keep it real. Until like 2-3 months.
I'm gonna say I mean he seemed like a very green type of guy. He probably grow his own vegetables and marijuana. I would say maybe about at least 6 months, and then that's it.
You lost me for a second.
Yeah, we lost.
Well, we lost him, but he's right back online.
Too.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Oh, stupid.
So why is he sideways?
There you go.
He's oriented the wrong way. Just like in real life.
I didn't hear the other two. The other 2 responses.
What about you, Beaver? What do you think?
By himself?
So Klootch says 2 months. I said 6.
Because he'd give himself away too much by how much weed he'd be smoking.
By himself, yes.
Because he'd get picked off by some looters and shit that ended up just being a little too sneaky.
A very valid point.
And he'd be on his 3rd blunt, and apocalyptic blunt, and just get taken out the game.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, if we're lucky.
I see. So, like, maybe a day or 2 then?
Woo. Oh, how long would the Klootch last?
All right.
Brutal.
All right, what about the Klootch? What about the Klootch?
Oh, boy.
How long would Klootch make it in a zombie apocalypse?
In the zombie apocalypse.
So he would actually be forced to work. It wouldn't really be an option at that point. And he's good at doing work when like he actually has to. He is, however, a slightly larger fellow, and the number of calories that he daily consumes vastly tops mine. Therefore, he would have to be out either hunting or stocking up food, which in a zombie apocalypse won't last that long. So I'm going to give him like
I don't know. I got a little more faith in him. I feel like he'd find himself a mater. Reinforce it. slimmed down because he can't find food after his stash. And then he'd end up meeting a group where he'd actually probably have, some type of worth because he's a mechanic. I think he'd survive it, but he would do it very, very, very much by the hair on his chinny chin chin. Oh, bro, I said he'd survive it.
He'd be edging along. So, like, what? A couple of weeks? A month?
He thinks he'd just make it.
See, oh man, all right. I would give him like maybe a year, and the reason for that because he seems like the type that would be very resourceful with like weaponry. So he would probably fashion like a spear or some sort of AK-47, just like mowing down the zombie, or or just like rigging a car and just mowing it down like a train. So I can see that.
Okay.
All right. What about the beaver? I think I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna give him like a week. Just because he's probably gonna he's gonna say some shit that's gonna piss somebody off, and they're just gonna shoot him. And it won't be he won't die to a zombie. He's gonna die to like a random human because he offended them.
Okay. Got it. See, I would have actually given him longer than that because I know he's super resourceful and knows how to tinker with a lot of random little shit. He's also a wee bit of a hoarder. He'll pick up all kinds of shit from the floor and be like, I could totally use that you're not going to use that. That's just going to sit in a truck somewhere for like 6 weeks. And then you're going to be like, why the fuck do we have this? But in an apocalypse situation, that might actually be helpful. I'm actually gonna give him more like 6 months to a year.
Okay, nice, Mr. Klooch.
I don't know. He's smart, so I feel like he could work some stuff out. But I also feel what Orpheus is saying. Like just fucking. He's like 4 months in making good progress, and then just goes and fucks around with crazy ass people, and then gets like ran over by a unicycle or some shit.
Yeah, it's just the most random shit. Yeah. It's like, who the fuck rides a unicycle in a zombie apocalypse?
Hey man, you take what you can get, and if you can find one wheel and a seat, you can make some shit happen. It's a lot harder to find two good wheels.
Bikes on that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am my owner.
Which makes it funnier that that's what ran you over.
Well, what about me then, guys? I want to hear this.
Because I feel like you'd see a zombie with some massive tits and just not.
I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna say that he would survive because he
knows me well. He knows me well.
It's the I.
Yes, Master. I'll do anything. Just keep me alive.
See, I was gonna give him. I would have given him at least like 6 weeks to 3 months, because he would have been able to tell people like, no, I'm a doctor, I can help you guys. And then like over a course of a couple weeks, they'd be like, yeah, but I don't need to tube up my dick. I need like an actual somebody to sew my leg up kind of doctor. Where's your cousin? Like,
and then I would sew the leg to where the arm would be.
Yeah, like you'd sew it up and you'd be like, I did it! And half the leg is like still open. There's a stitch like unseaming as they're inspecting it. They'd be like, alright, get him out of here. You go do this shit on your own.
It's supposed to be like that. Your leg bone's connected to the arm bone, right? Oh. So my next question is, what superpower do you wish you have,
Flight. I want to fly.
and why?
Because why the fuck would you not want to fly everywhere? The fuck? That's so self-explanatory. What? Just kind of like,
What if you get hit by a
man,
plane?
that's 100% on you. You are the smaller, more evasive vehicle. That's your fault. If you get hit by one of the
Okay.
very few planes up there, you deserve that, dipshit.
All right. We got flight. What about you, Klooch?
Oh, dude, teleportation. I could be so fucking lazy.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I could wake up like 10 minutes before work and still beat everybody there.
Oh man, I'm gonna go
Of all the superpowers, he chose the one to be lazy. Love it.
And
what about you, Beeb?
Not even. Well, I mean, yeah, essentially, that's the essence of it. It's like, so the power itself would be, if I believe it, it comes to reality.
Oh, the superpower of
Like,
if you like.
So if I want to fly, I'll fly.
It's okay.
If I want to shoot fucking laser beams out of my
unique
eyes,
take
I'll
on it.
shoot
I like
laser
that. I
beams
like
out
that.
of my eyes. It's a generalized thing. It's technically one superpower, but it's something that would allow you to branch off. Like, and I'm not even talking about just like superpowers. Like, if I want to be a billionaire.
So kind of like the ability to make dreams reality, or like the ability to shift your own reality. Is that would that be a better way to sort of generalize that?
That would have to do more so with like matter,
okay.
Though.
I mean, yes and no, because
it's
changing
in
what's
total,
real
the
to
power
you.
Would make it would reality in general, not just to my perception. What about you there?
Fair.
Oh, of course.
What about you?
To make any breast size larger.
No, you don't.
Okay, Jiraiya.
No, I want the ability to read people's minds.
I don't think you really do.
That's what I want. Like, I don't even want to control their minds. I just want to know what they're thinking. That is the only thing I want to do.
Think about it.
Why is that?
If you get into a room and it's a large room, how much do you not give a fuck about people's opinions?
Mm-hmm.
That's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So having a light.
But I also want the ability to turn it on and off too. Like, you know, if I don't want to.
Well, that was going to be my next question: is do you want to just constantly hear the voices playing in the background, like it's overpowering, or do you want the selective ability to like look at somebody and be like,
the selective
"You,
ones.
what are you thinking?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's boring. You.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's boring too. You.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of cool.
Oh. So, I mean, since we're all philosophical and everything right now, like, would you rather live in the future, like the year 3000, or would you rather live in like the year like the 1400s? Like, what would be more appealing to you guys?
The 1400s, because I feel like there's so much unexplored. Like, you go be a farmer or like a settler and like build your own shit. That you hunt fucking bears. Shit would be lit.
Am I taking my current set of knowledge into this time period, or is it just I'm born and then living a normal life in that time period?
Knowledge. It's living life as is. You don't know anything about the future.
Or
the current
I'd
time.
rather see the future one because I know what the past was like and it was bullshit.
You say you're gonna go back?
No, I'd rather go to the future because we don't know what that holds yet.
Oh, the future.
So,
Okay,
fuck
yeah,
it.
that's true. Yeah, see, I would rather live in the future for sure because like technology and everything, I'm in love with like all like the tech and all the ease, convenience that's been
Well, not
provided.
everybody thought the Earth
So
was
I don't want
flat.
to go back into the dark ages and then still think the Earth was flat.
It's not.
Oh, so actually,
This
this
motherfucker.
is an interesting question here. All right, so would you rather be trapped? All right, so get this. Would you rather be trapped in a romantic comedy with your enemies, or would you rather be trapped in a horror scenario with your friends?
Definitely the horror scenario with my friends because we're all idiots and that would be absolutely hilarious.
All right, out of the four of us, who do you think would die first in a horror scenario?
You. 100% you.
Yeah.
Just because the entire rest of the movie, we would be so stupid that it would literally be like aggravating to the killer. And he would just like inconveniently be able to catch and kill the one of us that annoys him the least every time. So just as he goes progressively through the movie, our deaths get more and more horrific because he's like, fuck, just die!
They do it every time.
And of course, it'll be the minority that dies first. I get it. It's fine.
I feel like you would be the least obnoxious in a horror scenario.
That's a consensus. Is that horror with friends instead of romantic comedy with enemies?
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So let's see. Last question.
I was like, what else you got? That one's fun.
Let's see. Man. So what's the what's your guilty pleasure? Like you think that anybody would like frown upon you for liking it, but you kind of dig it. I just love the facial expression right now of everybody.
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty basic. I enjoy smoking a shit ton of weed, which like not everybody loves. I always like I swear to God, every single time I'm outside and like in my building or like anywhere near, I can hear people's windows slamming shut.
Smoking habit for sure.
Ah, fuck that guy.
Like not so much nowadays because mostly vape, but I am guilty, and I smoked a pack of cigarettes like a couple days ago. And that's just because of the my funding, but yeah, like I probably get the most controversy and the most shade for vaping and or smoke. That is technically a guilty pleasure, I guess.
Okay, MrDrDank.
Swapping out fucking trucks.
Yeah, I was about to say, my habit of being allergic to buying a vehicle that's not gonna get me fucking left on the side of the road.
Dude can't keep a truck in his possession for more than like 6 weeks. He's like, well, this one's shit. Let me get another one. Fuck, that one sucks too. Hold on. Let me get another one.
We are.
This one was my fault, though. I'm not even gonna fucking lie.
Yeah, we know you're with cars.
We know, bud. It's okay.
And mine is I like taking bubble baths.
Hey man, if you got a nice tub,
that is
absolutely no shame in that. I love a good soak in a hot tub.
I don't give a shit what people think about it.
Yeah, it's.
But I do want to squeeze in one last question though. What's the best let's see. What's the best fake reason that you gave to call out sick?
Well, no,
So I know you motherfuckers called out sick before. So what's the best reason that you gave? He started coughing.
I usually left the job.
I mean,
with an interesting reason.
Best fake.
It wasn't like absurd, but it would like
yeah.
It was enough that I got on a flight and left. Well, it's because it was when I was in I was in tower work.
Damn, this motherfucker got not even in the car. He got on the plane and left.
A surgery. Like he was legitimately having a surgery, and I told him I was like, I just got to go back to take care of him, and I'll be back. Made him take me back. Like we were at the tower site. Made him take me back to the hotel, and so I could pack my stuff. I just like left to the airport because I bought a ticket that day and dipped out.
Yeah.
All my other work like call outs are really fucking lame.
All right. What about you, Dank?
Yeah, I normally call out for a legitimate reason, or like I just
right.
For Dan, at least, I was honest. I could just be like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling it. No, I'm not coming today." He'd be like, "Oh, well, all right."
Right.
But for pretty much all the rest of mine, like if I left, there was a legitimate reason behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really bother faking, calling out sick.
Does this include still being in high school?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Well, for like half a junior year, because it was during the whole COVID thing, like if you felt sick in like any shape or form, you had to go home for like 5 days. And I just chained it for like 3 months.
Bro.
Just making up random shit, getting to school, and then telling them, you gotta go home and fucking quarantine.
Yes.
Just because I wanted to sit at home and play video games.
Hey, that's a very valid reason.
I just stopped showing up for like 3 weeks, and they didn't even fucking change my attendance.
That's beautiful.
What
about you?
Man, it's terrible because I always say like I don't even know if I should be saying this, but back when I used to work for the bank, I think maybe like 10 years ago,
mm-hmm.
I remember one time I was like, I need to go, and because I was applying for another job at that time,
mm-hmm.
so I couldn't go to work.
Yep.
So I just called my manager, or actually no, I had my girlfriend at the time called into work where I was at, while I was at work, to leave early, and said that there was a death in the family.
Mm.
So yeah, it's really fucked up, but I was like, hey, I really need to go home. So I had her call into work, and then I was like, oh no, it's a death in the family. So I just left. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, but yeah, that was the
Amen.
Whatever you need to do to get out of work, right?
Got you up out of there.
Yep, it did. All right, guys. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas to you penis touchers.
We'll see you penis touchers in a little bit in Call of Duty then.
Somebody told you my schedule.
Later.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. Deuces.
Later.